Alright, so I'm guessing most people have probably heard about this by now. Logan Paul, famous boxer, famous YouTuber, if you can call him that, bought scam Pokemon cards, first edition Pokemon cards from this guy, but this guy originally bought them from somewhere else, so he's not the official scammer, right? But this is this brand new unsealed box. $3.5 million it went for, that Logan Paul bought this for, right? And it turned out to be a complete scam. Inside were fake Pokemon cards. There were G.I. Joe cards, in fact. He made a video on it. It's now currently, #1 on trending on YouTube. Thankfully, Logan got his money back from this guy, but this guy needs to get his money back from the original transaction, right? I don't know if that'll happen, but interesting. It's got me thinking. The 30 of the biggest scams in modern history. This is huge. Now, I'm going to be talking about just 5, my top 5 that I've seen on here from this webpage that I thought, wow, that's really, really interesting. So if that sounds fun, come join us. We're making videos every single day in this channel, on this channel, in this studio. You get the picture. Would you believe that scammers tried to sell the Brooklyn Bridge when it was first becoming open back in the day? What? Swindlers sell the Brooklyn Bridge. Roll. The streets might have long taunted the naive and gullible with the phrase, "Haha, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you." Well, the statement is homage to the long line of con artists who began selling the Brooklyn Bridge almost as soon as it was completed in 1883, which is a long time ago, right? To suckers who thought that they had scored the deal of a lifetime. Now, in 1899, con artists and future mayor, believe it or not, Peaches O'Day, sold the bridge for $200 to William McCloudy. He basically served 2.5 years in Sing Sing prison, which, mind you, is a terrible bloody prison. Got a terrible track record for life in that prison, right? So yes, he was sent to Sing Sing prison for selling the bridge in 1901. But another guy called George C. Parker sold it several times over the course of his lifetime. Wow. Can I see it? Ah, there we go. That makes more sense if we do it like that. What's going to be number 2 on my list? Let's do it right now. And number 2 is going to be Ponzi. This one's quite literally number 2, and it's quite literally one of the most famous, if not the most famous dude ever. Have you ever heard of the Ponzi scheme? This is Mr. Ponzi right here. This is the man behind the very famous saying, Ponzi scheme. Quick little read. So Charles Ponzi earns infamy for his name. Scams that borrow from Peter to pay Paul. That is, it uses payments from new investors to satisfy promises made to previous victims, are known as Ponzi schemes, right? The guy literally invented it. The most famous con artist in modern history, Charles Ponzi, raked in $15 million over the course of 18 months by promising outrageous short-term profits of 50 to 100%, when he was in fact just shuffling money from one person to the next while keeping most for himself. Surprise, surprise, right? Ponzi was convicted in 1920, imprisoned, paroled, continued running other scams, and was imprisoned again. The guy can't keep out of jail. And finally was deported to his native home of Italy. Wow, the more you know, right? What's going to be number 3? Let's do it right now. So quiz show scandals, right? Well, by the end of the 1950s, quiz shows were apparently so dominant that the $64,000 Question TV show became the first show ever to topple I Love Lucy from the #1 spot. I Love Lucy was huge, right? So the fact that the $64,000 Question show was able to do that is quite remarkable. As many as 24 quiz shows were on at any one time in that time period, right? And the competition between quiz shows was so fierce, and many started cutting corners, apparently, until a long-reigning 21 champion contestant claimed that the show was rigged. His accusation and the many others that would soon follow were apparently never proven. But They sparked criminal and congressional investigations, apparently, and so much public outcry that every single quiz show soon went off the air. Until 1963, that is, when Merv Griffin came up with Jeopardy! A show that would reassure skeptical audiences by giving the contestants the answer first and then making them respond in question form. I've even got a sound effect here. Ah, there we go. All right. What's going to be number 3? Now, this one's going to be number 4. Not number 3, but number 4 on our list, right? Catch Me If You Can. This is a big one. This is a huge one. Leonardo DiCaprio has portrayed more than one scammer on this list. What could be the next one, I wonder? And the first on this list regarding Leo is Frank Abagnale Jr. of Catch Me If You Can fame, right? A grifter. I'm not sure what a grifter is, but a grifter from his teenage years when he used gas cards to pay for thousands of dollars worth of dates. Abagnale passed millions in bad checks, posed as a doctor, a lawyer, a professor, and even an airline pilot, while charming his way through multiple double lives in a series of cons around the world. A massive manhunt ended with his capture pretty much in France in 1969, but he received an early release from prison on the condition that he helped law enforcement foil conmen and forgers like him. If you haven't seen Catch Me If You Can, really underrated movie, I think. It was filmed, I don't know, over 10 years ago now. I wouldn't say it's the funnest movie to watch, but it's a very interesting movie to watch nonetheless, and the fact that this man in real life was able to do these things was quite incredible. What's going to be number 5? The last one on my list. You probably already know. Drum roll. Drum roll. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe, okay? We're making videos here every single day. And number 5 on my list is going to be, of course, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, once again portrayed by Leo DiCaprio. What a great actor. Now, if you guys have not seen this movie, stop watching this right now and go watch it. Get rid of my video right now. Literally, go watch that video. Go watch that movie. Jordan Belfort might have disappeared into obscurity had he not published a successful memoir called The Wolf of Wall Street, which was adapted for the screen in a blockbuster movie starring, once again, Leonardo DiCaprio. But of course he did. He wrote that. And now he's freaking huge. Belfort spent 22 months in prison after stealing more than $100 million as part of a drug and sex-fueled frenzy of corporate theft based on so-called pump and dump scheme, where Belfort would buy large amounts of worthless stock to drive up its price and then sell his shares all at once. Now, this is the part that may shock you. I'm not going to show you the whole thing of this, but just a little bit. And trust me, the little bit will shock you nonetheless. Are you ready? Jordan Belfort, the former stockbroker whose story inspired the hit movie The Wolf of Wall Street, is suing the filmmakers for $300 million. Belfort was played by Leonardo DiCaprio in the film, which was Oscar nominated and a box office success. Now, like I said, I don't know the outcome of that. I don't know the reasons why he did that, but I just kind of outright feel that that's kind of shocking. Interesting. Guys, we're on 2 different YouTube channels, 2 and 1. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at TallBoyGareth. Videos here every single day. I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.